Hey everyone, Old School Pokemon here. I'm back again with the Pokeflipz podcast, joined by my usual co-host, KetchumAllCollectibles Dan. And I will say, us being late was actually not my fault. I'm going to say that right out of the gate before I let you talk, Dan. This was all your fault.
I messaged Nick like 30 minutes ago, and I'm like, Nick, can you push this out 10 minutes, 1:40? I'm definitely going to be late. It is what it is. We're booming. I was actually checking out some local shops. I may or may not have grabbed lunch that contributed to the factor that I was late, but yeah, we're booming. We're booming. Hopefully everyone was productive during those 7 minutes that we were late, but we are here now. That is what matters.
Are we checking out like open stores or retail spaces?
Oh, I'm not like looking for a store for me. I'm looking at like I went to so I see people mentioning in chat. Last night I was live on my channel. Bierski was here. We had intent for him to be here, go to some more shows local. Yesterday we went to Syracuse and we went to a few around that area that we're going to be in a couple weeks. I can't believe PokeCon is coming up so quickly. That's less than 2 weeks away now that you'll be here. Gracing Turning Stone with your presence. Very, very excited for that. We can talk more about that in the future, but yeah, Bierski had to leave early this morning. He was just having a intestinal type issue. He mentioned it a little bit on the live stream last night. So I guess pause this, go binge watch last night's stream, and I'll talk about it a little bit. But unfortunately, he's not here with us right now. He's on his drive back home. Oh no. Do not shave the beard or you'll ruin the mojo. It's probably going soon. I was out and about at some LGSs today, and it was 65 degrees. My chin is, you might not be able to see it, but my chin is drenched in sweat. All this hair, 65 degrees. Not actually. not actually. But it's definitely getting to the point where it's like, it's curling. It's like it's gonna take over if I don't do something with it. And the whole point of having the beard is to not have to do additional effort, right? Like I'm saving the effort of trimming my beard every so often. If it starts becoming, what am I like? My daughter's gonna be asking me to braid it soon, so I better get rid of it. I better get rid of it soon before she starts putting hair ties and braiding and all different kinds of things. And I'm shocked that hasn't happened yet, frankly. I guess I'm lucky that she doesn't know how to braid herself yet. But yeah, as we always do, we're gonna be live for the next 2.5 hours, somewhere in there. I guess we didn't fully agree upon an end time. 4:15 maybe today, Nick. 4:15 real time, whatever time that translates to.
3:15.
I don't know how to do that complex math. I don't know what the factors we need to multiply and divide and add and subtract to get to your fake time you've got over there.
Okay, there. Okay, calm down. Calm down over there.
But yeah, Nick, one thing I'll say, it's a little dark, the local scene. It's an interesting, thing. Actually, I was talking about this with a shop owner this morning. It's shocking how many shops we have, to be honest. Where I live in upstate New York, in the woods, in the farmland, whatever. I know people like that watch Pokeflipz. I know people in Discord. I know people that live in like major metropolitan areas that don't have much for card shops. And maybe when they say they don't have much for card shops, maybe they mean the same as me. If I Google Pokemon card shops, within an hour in any direction, there's like 30 or something. But I checked out like 12 of them between yesterday and today. And there's not much by way of, some of them have, they've got a perfect order release tomorrow, limit 1 booster pack per customer, $9.99 a pack or whatever. Or they've got a single Pokemon binder, and it's like just dark. It's like dollar singles, whatever it may be. There were a couple though. So there was one I went to this morning that they had 2 8-foot long, 8-foot wide displays. Like picture what Java has in his store. They had like 2 of those that were just all Pokemon slabs, singles. They had sealed on the back wall behind that. So they have like 16 to 20 feet of display space that was all Pokemon. They probably had 600 square feet of play area. They probably had like 8 folding tables with like 8 chairs each. If I had to estimate, it was a pretty decent sized operation. So there's definitely a couple of them. I comped a couple of their slabs off Card Ladder, and they were right there. Like they probably price weekly or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Would they wheel and deal, do cash, take a big bundle? Maybe. But it was interesting to see the vast array. Some of them were like comic shops. Some of them were sports card shops. One of them that we went to yesterday, it was called like GG Breaks, but it was also Gideon Gallery, I believe the GG stood for. It was like an antique and furniture store. So it's like the weirdest collab I've heard of it. It was like if you want a new armoire, or if you want a new curio cabinet or whatever, you go in the back, and then you come up front and you rip Ascended. And we saw a guy pull a Halucha from Ascended while we were there yesterday. So interesting local scene. But yeah, to warn everyone attending PokeCon in a couple weeks, we probably won't be buying much outside of the convention. And I've never even been to the convention, so I'm hopeful there's something.
Oh God, this could be a terrible trip.
hopefully the casino goes our way, because otherwise it'll be a good time. It'll be a good time regardless. But there might not be much by way of convention. I think this show will be good, because I went to one in October that was called like Collector Con or Collector Fest or whatever, and it had only a little Pokemon corner, and supposedly Pokefest is going to be like the whole area, all Pokemon. So it'll be like 6 or 8 times as much Pokemon as the last one had, as far as I understand.
Yeah.
And there were WotC boxes at the one I went to in the fall. There was like a Gym Challenge first edition box. Hindsight, I wish I bought everything, because like October to today on all that stuff. But there were WotC slabs. There were multiple 4-figure slabs. There were gold stars. There were Umbreon PSA 10s. Like, I mean, not like Collecticon quantity of them, but there was like one over here and one over there. But did you realize that we're 2 weeks away? We're under 2 weeks away.
Yeah, next episode will be the Thursday I'm there.
That blew my mind. We came to that realization, I guess, last night. That's gonna go by quick. That's gonna be here before you know it. I'm so excited. That's gonna be such a good time. So for anyone unaware of what I'm talking about, I've been calling it PokeCon, but it's actually Pokefest. Hopefully nobody involved with Pokemon is out there and going to get anybody in trouble. So I say this at the risk of that, and I apologize to PokeCon runners if it happens. But look up Pokefest, Syracuse, April 11th. We'll be there. We'll be there. Come stop by. I actually know a couple people that I've talked to in the Syracuse area, Buffalo area. It sounds like I'll be meeting a couple semi-local people for the first time there. So that'll be cool. I'll have a couple tables. I'll probably just have packs, maybe bring some ETBs. I don't really know. More going to try to source, but also if I just chill at the table and you guys all go and hopefully have the ability to source something, we'll see how she goes.
Yeah, should be a good one.
But yeah, I've been ranting for the first 9 minutes to start us up. What have you got going on today? How's it going?
I'm doing good. It's taking busy over here. Got a lot to do before then. I gotta do my taxes still before then.
Oh no.
I know. I always wait till the last minute. But yeah, we'll get those done, and then we'll be able to celebrate with the with your KetchumAllCollectibles gathering.
So excited for it. Yeah,
that'll be a good time.
It's all the independent contractors, and then it's Nick. Have you decided yet? Not to put you on the spot in front of our tens of viewers, but have you decided when your departure is going to be? Are you going to actually be at the con?
I don't think so. I think it will be Friday. I think I'll stick with Friday.
Man's just coming in, DJing the casino, and heading out.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, that's so funny. I kind of love it, but I guess there won't be as much overlap, much conflict. Old School Pokemon v KetchumAllCollectibles. I guess we could have done some big sourcing challenge video or whatever.
Ooh, look at you.
I
Coming up with all
mean,
the YouTube ideas.
now that I tease you with that, maybe we can get you to push that departure till Sunday.
No.
I mean, you heard how good the local LGS scene is. I can only imagine the convention is going to have just hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars of deals to be buying.
Oh,
For the
I'm
live streams.
sure. I'm sure. Yes. No, I'm sure it'll be good. At least like here, there's a ton of local shows that are popping up. You not like when I moved here, which will be, it's been like a year and a half. When I moved here, you had probably 2 or 3 shows a month within an hour of me. And now, not only do you have a show every single weekend, but you have like multiple shows throughout that weekend. It's wild the amount of shows that are popping up.
Yeah, it is. I actually picked up while I was at the LGS today and yesterday. I picked up a couple of business cards. I picked up a couple of flyers. There's within 20 minutes of me, there's these random little pop-up vending opportunities. Some of them are primarily comic focused. I actually was talking with a guy today at a comic book store, primarily has a little bit of Pokemon. We talked about the Boom. We talked about Ascended, the product staggering release. Had some interesting conversations with guys today and yesterday. Actually, being out in the wild at an LGS and overhearing somebody talk about fart swirls, overhearing people talk about all the money coming out of China, popping up the market, hearing people talk about like PSA conspiracies. And it was actually interesting to be like out in the wild, not in Discord, not in Instagram, not in my normal social bubble, I guess, to hear some of that same stuff in the wild just from random people at an LGS. That was really interesting. But yeah, I've got multiple flyers here for, I don't know which ones I'll go to, but I'm going to try to start like popping in more frequently around the local scene and seeing if there's any business to be done, and even taking my son with his binder instead of going all around the country to fill his Pokédex binder with dollar single pickups. He might be able to go to like local trade nights and whatever. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Your reflection does not realize who you have become. Last night we had some weird commenter. It's funny with the vertical video orientation. You get some like really off the wall comments from time to time. We had somebody in there calling us money grubbing, scalper, whatever. We hate, like, we don't even love Pokemon. We just love money. And there were some interesting comments coming from one account last night, and Kiki apparently copy pasted a couple of them. UAP asking the big question. Nick, you got any updates from us? You got any updates for us from last Pokeflipz episode and your last Friday upload?
We got so I uploaded the video on Friday. That video is 1 out of 10. It's wild how well that video did.
Nick, remember you told us every video has been a 1 out of 10. Let's be fair here.
No, I've been saying they've been doing terribly.
Oh, that's right. You said they were like 7 out of 10 or something. I forgot about that. That's actually hilarious. So this one truly is booming. This one is the true channel revival.
Yes, we're back. We are back.
I had that backwards. That's funny.
But when I was doing that video, I stumbled across one seller in particular who had a ton of sleeves listed, and he was selling a lot of them too. And so I actually reached out to him. I sent him so I found his store. I looked him up on Instagram to see if he had an Instagram account. I found that he did have an Instagram account. So I sent him an Instagram message, and it turns out he's actually a big fan of Pokeflipz. So he already knew me, which was kind of nice. And I asked him to do an interview, kind of talking about his sleeve business. And so we recorded that today. So we recorded that yesterday, and that'll be my video for Friday. But his numbers. we did get into it. It's a ton of work. There's a lot of work involved. But his numbers blew my mind. I knew it was a good business, but the numbers that he gave are wild.
I'm sure he makes hundreds of dollars a month.
I'll spoil. I don't know. Maybe I'll spoil one thing. Last year, what were his total sleeve sales? Take a guess.
5,000, 10 a day, 15 a day. More?
He did $100,000 in sleeves.
Oh, I meant quantity of sleeves. 5 or 10,000 sleeves. What did I say? 5,000.
Still way off.
So he did $100,000 in sleeve sales.
Yeah.
Now I will rescind everything I said. I will apologize. I will do a formal. If we have someone out there grossing 100K, margins might be 50%. If we have someone out there netting 50K, netting like a reasonable income, I will offer my public apology. I'll clip this in Opus. If we have, I've been saying for so long, it will be ironic if I fall victim to the thing that I've been preaching for the last 3 months. I've been saying we're booming and people don't realize the extent to which we're booming. If I simultaneously say that and then I crap on the sleeve game and somebody out there is netting $1,000 a week, what are we even doing, people? Like that is how hard we're booming. Coins next, ETB dice next, ETB booklets next. I mean, what are we talking? Quit your job yesterday and go full-time Pokemon. How could you not? I was always on this side.
That was a really good interview. So that'll be dropping tomorrow at noon Eastern. So definitely check that out.
Ponga's going in right now. He's going into Discord. Delete. He's searching for sleeve posted by me, mass deleting everything. Ponga's a history revisionist right here. You're seeing this happening live in person. Get the sleeve person on Pokeflipz ASAP.
I told him we'd see about having him on Pokeflipz at some point.
Did they get into, like, again, don't spoil the numbers, but like GMV you talked, did you get into like hourly? Did you get into like net, anything like that? Or
not roughly. We didn't get into like hours per day or whatnot. But we do talk about whether it's actually worthwhile or not, and the answer is a little, it makes sense, but it is a little surprising.
And I showed last night, actually, one of the LGS we went to last night, they actually had a framed thing on the wall of like 50 different empty ETB sleeves. And the woman who made the display was actually over there as I was taking a picture to send to you, Nick. I don't think I actually even ever sent the picture to you, but I showed it on the live stream last night. And she's like, oh yeah, we get collections in, and I always just pull the things out of the deck sleeves to put them, to price and whatever, put them in clear sleeves. And she's like, I figured I'd just make a display out of it. I mean, I do all the memeing, all the stuff. Like I'm not going to go start selling them individually as part of my business. But somewhere, I couldn't tell you where, somewhere in a 4-row, I have an ETB pack from Plasma Storm ETB, from Plasma Blast, from all the way up through. I have a complete ETB pamphlet collection. I have a complete empty ETB collection. I have a complete ETB sleeve collection. Sealed though. So 65 of each ETB sleeve. I've got some massive dollars there in the PC. Galaxy's salivating over here. He's getting ready to forget Galaxy Grails. He's going to be launching some digital mystery slab ripping.
Digital sleeve rips.
Yeah, sleeve ripping. I mean, oh man. Let's see. Garen says, if the local scene is dark, that is a sign to open one. Do it. Where are you at on that? I feel like we've talked about that before in Pokeflipz. I feel like we've talked about if and whenever you would do like an LGS. Is there anything cooking in the background? Could we ever expect it happening at some point in the future? You, Thrifty, Walrus, like, you've got the people, you've got the location.
I do have the bug again. It's still in the very early stages. So it could change, but my current thinking is start looking in like May. Get past this your convention, get past CollectCon, start looking in May, find a place in like June, and then plan to June, July, and then plan to open the end of August. I think that would be perfect, because then you have September, October to really pump the advertising, and then you're into the Christmas season, November, December. I do like that idea right now. I think it might happen.
That's huge news to just casually drop. Kind of unexpected. It wasn't a planned topic. That's exciting. That's really exciting. Is like what are you envisioning? Is it like retail storefront? Is it because me and Bierski yesterday, today, I saw everything from like a small retail space. Think of like a Java, maybe a little bit bigger, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, like whatever, all the way to I went in some that were 6,000 square feet with 100 seating for play space with a streaming room in the back. I went to some massive operations. It was actually crazy. Some of the things I saw, it blew my mind. I was talking with one this morning. It was probably 4,000 square feet if I had to guess. Like I mentioned, maybe 60 or 70 seats for like play in the side. And then just tons of pops and comics, sports cards, Pokemon, the minifigure things that you paint or whatever, board games, plushes, everything. And then they had like a streaming room too. They had everything going on. So are you that like where are you thinking on the spectrum? Obviously, it's going to be a little bit of like what opportunity pops up as far as like commercial real estate, but
yeah. So my ideal scenario would be location wise, I'm not as concerned about. I don't really care about traffic wise, but ideally it would be something where the store's on the bottom and then an apartment up above, so I can move there, live there, and then have the store there. It'd be a smaller-ish store, where I definitely put stuff out for sale, but it'd be mainly like using it as like a buying opportunity, people to come in to sell collections and stuff like that. And then also have a room for streaming, a room for packing, and use it as like a OSP hub type of thing.
That's awesome. So you want the first floor to be retail. You want to live above it, basically.
Ideally, I think I would like to live above it, because I would like to stream from there, be able to stream from the shop. And if I don't live there, then you do have to worry about leaving so late, which I don't necessarily think would be a huge problem, but I think that would be the ideal solution, is to live right there.
Well, Nick, how tight are you to Chicago? There's a spot I mentioned in a recent live stream. I actually I was having this chat with Bierski yesterday. If somebody who wanted that lived close to me, I've said before, I made a video. I stole one of Mason's thumbnails. Mason had the thing like this where "you're no Rudy," and then Ernesto turned that into like "you're no Mason" and me over Rudy's face. And anyways, a couple years ago, I made a video on like why I'd likely never own an LGS. Biggest thing though is more like I'd never operate an LGS, but if I could enable a close friend to be able to run one, like that's so many people's dreams in the space. It's just not mine. There's a place local to me, so it's close to me. It's available for sale, for lease. First floor, 1,500 square foot retail. Second floor, 1,500 square foot play space. You could probably carve into that a little bit. You could probably turn it into a stream room. Third floor, living space. It is like
Ooh, that sounds perfect.
it's like in the downtown. There's some foot traffic. There's schools like on a couple different directions, not too far away. Like it's it's a little like restaurants and pizza place, and there's the bank right near it. Like it's it's like a nearly it's actually a store that used to run from 99 to 2025. This store was open. I talked with the former owner. Hope to talk to him again someday, run into him at another local show or whatever. But as far as like, I feel like a win-win relationship could be made there. I feel like there's an opportunity to potentially make a win-win where I'm some amount of the capital and some amount of the inventory, and then somebody else is more of the labor. And same thing I do with Java. With Java, I send him packs. He nets me out a certain percent, and he nets a certain percent. No capital, no risk to him, all that stuff. Man, I've got some ideas cooking in the background. I've got so many different opportunities to potentially pursue. But if there was a Java local to me, if there was some other individual who I knew well, immense levels of trust required, immense levels of all that stuff required. But in a boom like this, what's a few grand a month for a lease? I mean,
Yeah,
we're booming.
exactly.
All the play, all the allocations, all the different TCGs that you open yourself up to, and
Yeah,
there's
that's
there's
one thing
there.
I definitely would not do, like a Play Store.
Oh, you
It
wouldn't have.
No, I wouldn't get into that.
That's so much on its own. Like just I was talking to a guy again this morning, and he's like, yeah, I couldn't even imagine. Like, I can barely keep up with Pokemon, especially when you like you take English Pokemon and then you add in Japanese Pokemon and you add in Chinese. And now he was talking Gundam and One Piece, and he was talking so many other things that I can't, Lorcana, and he had play for all of it, apparently Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's like 2 times a week. He had sports on the other side too. He was talking about this sports release and that sports release, and he had Upper Deck placards everywhere of the new rookies. And it's like every 2 hours you're releasing some new product. I don't even know how you manage something like that. That's insane. I can barely keep up with a handful of live streamers selling 99% Pokemon. It's absolutely insane.
Wild. That's wild.
Thrifty hearing this conversation screaming.
See, if I lived above, I could hold her hand to her car. He'd be a gentleman, open the door for her.
He doesn't mind me leaving late. I could die. Oh, man. How's it going, DJ's Poke Center? Nice to see you. I was live last night on my own channel. I'm live right now as we speak. I'm live tomorrow on Steve's channel, Tactical Trading, with Alex as well. And then tomorrow night, I'm live with DJ's Poke Center. So I'm on I just decided in the latter half of this week, it's like, why we're in a boom. Why work? Why not just go on YouTube and talk about the boom? 5 live streams in 3 days.
There we go. There we go.
I can't count. 4 live streams in 3 days. 4 live streams in 3 days. I'm going for it. We're booming. So yeah, definitely tune into that. Dan gonna lose his voice. Hopefully not. I've got my Mountain Dew to keep my my voice flowing. Hopefully.
There we go. There we go.
But no, that's super exciting to potentially get a brick and mortar version of Old School Pokemon. So
we'd have to do something with the name at that point, though. That's the one downside.
Oh, for sure. You wouldn't want to put a 20-foot by 20-foot Squirtle Old School Pokemon Pokeball. That'd be putting a target on yourself, for sure.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so you gotta start tossing around naming ideas, but no, that's super exciting. You wouldn't even be tantalized into having just Pokemon play to potentially get more allocation,
no. I don't know anything about play as it is. I don't want a massive store with a bunch of tables set up. I'd
if you were to find the right person locally.
Inventory.
What if you were to find the right person locally that was just like a go-getter and could be in charge of all that? Or does that feel like it's too much to count on?
I don't even think so. I think it would just be. It's just not something that interests me at all.
It's a lot too. There's a lot
yeah,
to
that
that.
too, and it's ton of work. I don't have any interest in it.
Yeah. Yep, there's definitely a lot to that, but that's super exciting. I think the most likely outcome for me is that the perfect individual local to me with that one that I have in mind right now that's available. I don't think that anything comes of that, but never say never. I've said never a couple times in the past, and I've almost always ended up coming to regret that because you never know what's gonna happen. So we'll see. Maybe a physical KetchumAllCollectibles operation coming someday.
Ooh, Thrifty and Walrus disagree with me. They say
Disagree
they
with you
will
on.
replay.
Oh, here we go. He doesn't know what there will be play. You love to see it. Oh, I should have taken this one earlier when we were talking about it. Kiki wants to know, should anyone else mess with the Sleeve King? That's the interesting part of it. Was there any bit of conversation around if you spill the sauce on the sleeves? If you get 3 new competitors entering the arena, there's a very small pie, right? Maybe you can grow the sleeve pie a little bit, and you guys can all grow their shares. But any conversation around that?
Yes, we did talk about that too, and that is another interesting point. He did mention that there are other sellers on eBay, but yeah, we did talk about that too.
So somebody's gonna be that guy, and they're gonna come in $1.99, $1.97, $4.99, $4.97. Like someone's gonna just knock a couple cents off, 2%, 3% promotions. I feel like that's at risk of being cannibalized relatively quickly. But
I don't know. I don't with you'll have to watch it with the conversation. I don't think the guy I interviewed has anything to worry about. I think no matter who starts it, he's safe.
He owns the market. Love that.
I think so.
I did not expect one of my most anticipated bits of content coming out this year to be the Sleeve King. Oh man, that's awesome. John Pokemon says, "Did you see TCA sold his Neo Typhlosion T17 for $350? Is that on Instagram or something? I gotta check that because that's
wild.
Nuts. Oh, did my story not post?
No, it posted.
Oh, it posted. Okay.
Because I forget when it was. I sold one for 50,000 a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah, you had a consignment, right?
It was a consignment, yeah, it wasn't mine. But 350,000, that's wild.
I had a CGC Pristine. We won't get into details about what the actual quality of the card was, but the label said Pristine. Which, to be fair, like most PSA 10s of that card are regraded into a PSA 8 if they were cracked out. But I forget what I sold that for. I don't think it was 50,000. I think it was less than that. But I don't even remember the timing exactly. But I want to say I sold one of those on consignment too. I'm trying to pull it up quick. I can't remember.
It was a red dot. That's why. No. But it was a red dot. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is nuts.
Man.
Wait, where did he post it? Or did he do it on YouTube?
It's an Instagram post. It's just the picture of the T17. You got to click on the post to actually see it, see the information.
Oh, okay, here it is. Mm-hmm. Pretty cool having this around for a few years. The sale concluded at $350.
But how do we know it was $350K? It might have been $350.
Yeah, actually, that's a funny thing to bring up. So earlier today in Discord, I know you're not a big Discord guy, but there was a card listed. It was where'd it go? So it's like a pop 30 something Dark Scissor Neo Destiny Unlimited PSA 10. What would you think? Just like a random, I mean, Scissor, not S tier Pokemon, not like an F tier one. But what do you think like a PSA 10 Unlimited Neo Destiny Scissor would be worth? Just top.
I saw your Instagram story.
Oh, you already saw my story. So last sold was December for 2,500. In my mind, that card has to have doubled since December, if not more than that. And it's crazy because it was like November 23, it was $330.
That's
November 2023. October 2025. So almost 2 years later before the next sale publicly. $1,020. 2 months later, it doubled, over doubled from 1,020 to 2,500. And then our good pal, James, Mr. ZNG Emporium, surely a consignment, not his own card, but $475.
That's wild.
I wasn't the one who saw it first, but somebody tagged him. MNS Cards tagged him in Discord, like, what's going on here, basically. And I'm like, unironically, maybe he forgot to add a 0. Remember James's videos in the car? Add a 0, add a comment, everything's too cheap. I poked a little bit of fun, like, the add a 0 guy forgot to add a 0, but he said he went back and he looked the consigner, like the consigner cert, the consigner buy it now price request, $475. James confirmed that no error was made.
That thing must have sold instantly.
Imagine. What kills me is that, like, there was probably somebody looking at it. Oh, let me pull up card ladder. Let me pull up last sold.
Yeah.
There was probably somebody like over analyzing it, and then somebody else swooped in and bought it. I mentioned too, if someone out there has one, I'm actually in someone's DMs. I might be buying one for $4,750 to complete the meme. I'll turn it into a video. Kind of means somebody destroyed themselves financially with that leaving off a 0. They're probably fine. If there's someone that has that card, they probably have more than that card. The consigner will probably be fine. But yeah, what did they net? 90% of $475 when they could have netted 95% of. You auction that card. If I get one, I offered $47.50. It's a real offer. If you have one, hit me up. I will pay you up front with goods and services. I will pay you on receipt with friends and family, Zelle, ACH, however you want to get paid. I am offering $4,750. The card ladder is $475. I'm offering 1,000% of card ladder on that card. And if I get one, I'm sending it to Fanatics and I'm 10-day auctioning it, and I'm gonna see what it goes for. I think it'll make a good amount of money. I think that card would be high 4 figures. I think it would be brushing almost $10,000 in this market. I mean, yes. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But if the last sold was a buy it now for $2,500, I've memed on this before. I've talked about it before. But like, why are people doing buy it nows on some of these cards in this market? Like absolutely large sampled size. There's going to be some cards that like people are getting higher than the auction would have actually gone for, probably here and there. Rusty's private sale for $350K. I don't think that would do $350K in an auction. So there are arguments to be made for buy it now from time to time, but in a time like right now, generally speaking, the play is auction, in my opinion. And for the memes alone are worth, like, what's my downside? What's my downside if I buy that card for $4,750? It's not guaranteed, but like it's gonna go for more than last sold, right? My downside is
I would imagine that you're guaranteed to break even at least.
Yeah. It's like my downside is,
I don't know if I'd see that high, but maybe like 6, 7. That would be my guess. 6, 7.
6, 7.
That was a serious guess. I didn't even connect the dots there until afterwards.
The amount of times in my day-to-day life that I mentioned 60, 70, and then where was I recently? I was at a Cub Scout meeting, and the Cub Master, the leader, was mentioning something, and she said like 6 or 7. Every kid across the room just starts losing their minds. Like, oh my god. It's so dumb, but it's so funny too. I love it. But anyways, it's one of those things that it's like, we're booming. it'll be a fun video. It'll be a fun short, whatever I turn it into. For the memes, I'm all for it. Maybe I can advertise, hey, you sell on eBay as a buy it now, you're getting $475. You can sign with KetchumAllCollectibles.
Yeah.
You're getting 95% of $6,000 or $7,000. I mean, there's a lot of potential there, a lot of meme potential. I hope I close on one. Yeah,
That'd
worst
be cool.
case you lose 100%. Best case that could go for $1 million. I mean, I might one up Rusty's private sale. Maybe I get 360 grand.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
This is one of those things that like it wouldn't overly shock me if that was like a bot. It wouldn't overly shock me if someone has like a bot set up. And I probably shouldn't even be saying this out loud because a tech savvy individual could probably set something like that up. If you had the ability to look at newly listed buy it nows of Pokemon cards, PSA 10, boom, boom, quick card ladder, and like, hey, the card ladder at the time it was listed was 2,500. It was listed at 20% of card ladder on a 4-month-old comp in a boom. Like that would have been a snap bot buy. We've got.
No, do you think that's a thing? Because like I mean, just think you have so many. Like there's you have like so many scammers on eBay too that'll list like, oh, you get a picture of this card, or even if like it's a PSA 10 but it's a cracked slab. I don't know. Maybe there's a way to get around that. You can add like certain metrics to it. I just have no idea.
The tech definitely exists. It's just a matter of if someone's doing it or not. And instead of actually doing the buy, you could just have it text you or email you. You could just have it pop up notification on your desktop like, hey, your scanning bot just got a hit, 20% of card ladder, boom, boom, boom. 3 seconds later, you're checking out. Yeah. Already like I would not be remotely shocked. I'd actually be shocked if someone's not doing that to some extent. But yeah, it's yeah, yep, this exists. It's it would yeah. Dan just buying things for the meme to feel something. Yeah, how many episodes was it? It was only a few episodes ago. And that guy's probably doing well. Remember when we pumped with James on here, we pulled up the PSA 6.5, whatever it was, base first Charizard, and it sold for like 16 grand. That's probably a $20,000 card or something. It's probably up 10, 20, if not more %.
I can imagine. That's wild. It's wild.
So funny. Zara Lurking says, I'll always be sad I waited until 2025 to finally go to a con. Vendors look at you weird when you try to look for singles that are gradable. That was one conversation I had with Bierski a bit yesterday, is like, I think being at a show, you have a better chance that you're maybe buying from like a hobbyist that's not like an LGS owner that's not going to care as much. But when we were, when the LGSs that we were at, they saw us on our phones, they saw us like, they could probably see card ladder on our phones. They could probably see alt. And it definitely felt like a couple times that we were being judged for, oh, these guys are probably resellers. These guys are probably this or that. It definitely felt like we got a little bit I wouldn't say pushback, but it felt like there were some LGSs that like had that bit of presence about them that like these guys are probably going to resell these items, and they have like a negative thought towards that, if that makes sense.
Nick did confirm he did sell it for $20K.
Already sold for $20K. You love to see it. You love to see the paper hands. That's so awesome. Oh, that's hilarious. Hey, like, subscribe, follow along, watch all the Pokeflipz, because you never know what kind of come up you'll make. We got people in the chat. We have people in the chat actively that have made thousands of dollars just in a couple clicks of a button.
That is true. I think you covered that question well. My one thing is some people in it, I can't stand some people in this market. It's so dumb. I'm buying I posted on Instagram, and it's not really that big of a play, but the first partner illustration boxes, whatever.
I saw you were buying them for 45.
Yeah. I've been trying to buy a bunch of those. And so I posted on Instagram. I don't think I got anyone on Instagram actually. But then I posted in some of the the Chicago Facebook groups, and I got a bunch of people there. And there were two big people who had 200 each. And so I was gonna buy both of those buy both lots from those two people. One guy, super easy to work with. Whenever you can meet, I'll come out to you. Whatever payment method is fine by me. So I'm gonna grab those. The second guy, no, I told him, hey, can you meet me at this place because it's where I normally meet people. No, you got to come out to me. Okay, he's like a half hour away, so I can do that. What payment method can you take? Because I can't send Zelle. I only for first time buy transactions with people, I only take Zelle. So that's like, well, I can't do that. Can you do anything else? And then something came up where we couldn't meet, so I asked him, can you meet at a card show on Sunday that I'm going to, which is nearby him. So I say, can you meet at this card show Sunday? No, bro, I don't go to card shows. I don't have time for that. If I went to card shows, I'd sell them for higher. And it's like, F you, dude. I told him, okay, never mind. Sell them to someone else. I can't stand those types of people.
See, I'll pay extra to not have to meet up. Like I just I don't have any desire to meet up and anything like that. It's just it's such a hassle, such a headache.
Mm.
I actually one of the LGSs we went to yesterday, they had 3 in their case, limit 1 per person. I bought 1, Bierski bought 1. He ripped his pack live last night on stream. And he got the one with Piplup in those starters. I let my kids each open. My son opened the Phantasmal Flames because he wanted to try to get the Charizard. My daughter opened the Mega Evolution. Neither of them got anything. But I got the Kanto. I got the Kanto starters in the pack.
Oh, so sweet.
They had them for 40 plus tax. I wasn't going to talk about reseller permit. I paid $2.80 tax or whatever. So I'm even paying sales tax in a boom. But I'm like, I don't even know what these go for. But I saw that Nick is buying them for 45 on Instagram. So it's like, I'll pay 40 plus tax. I'm going to go for it.
I don't think those are going to go down. I think that's the sales volume on those is wild. And I think it's, especially having the Kanto starters in there. And then you figure you're getting $15 for the 2 packs in there. So now you're paying $30 for the pack, 10 per starter. They're relatively gradable. Yep. I think it's a solid play. And I know me, Grimer, and Spat all have the same thought.
I know I'm actually helping facilitate Spat buy a bunch. I haven't even gotten a bunch for myself yet, but I need to get on that. I leaking the plays before I've successfully secured my my batches of them. But yeah, that's one of them for sure. I don't even know how many I got. I do have a fair bit that came in through distro, and I broke down and I ripped some of the packs. I kept some of the packs sealed for now. But I would love to just buy the packs, but I feel like people will be sliding the cards up, using a light, using a whatever. Like I feel like somehow, I haven't heard of that yet, but I feel like that'll be a thing, and they'll all be Kanto picked, and who the hell knows.
I surprisingly haven't seen many packs on eBay. There's a few, but there's no one that has like a huge volume of the
just pulling that up.
Yeah.
I was just pulling that up on the other screen. What do the singles even go for? Like what did I make when I opened my Kanto Trio? Kanto Trio must go for
they're like $30 a piece right now.
I was gonna say Charmander must be 30. It wouldn't surprise me if Bulbasaur and Squirtle were closer to 15 or 20 or whatever, but like
no, Squirtle's the number 1.
Yeah.
I think it actually is the most expensive still.
Really, Squirtle?
I think so. I don't know how to search for the. How do you? I don't know if you can
what their
search for
numbers
the individual
are.
cards on
Charmander,
TCG Player.
Charmander undervalued. I am actually low on Phantasmal Flames packs, so I should just buy them sealed. I just hate though. I filled my minivan with cardboard yesterday or 2 days ago, and I went to the transfer station. I recycled literally a minivan full of cardboard, and I had a bonfire like a month ago, so that was a month. And I have 2 recycling bins that I fill every week. So my excess cardboard recycling only was literally a minivan full. This hobby is disgusting.
It's wild. I forgot to bring my recycling out 2 weeks ago, and it comes every other week. So I had like 4 weeks of recycling.
Man.
The recycling guy. I don't know. They took everything, which was nice. But I don't know if we're allowed to put stuff outside of our recycling bin. I had like 4 big boxes full of broken down boxes.
See, that's how mine used to be. Mine used to be a truck with 2 guys, the driver and then a guy riding on the back that would get out and he'd manually put stuff in. Now I got a flyer thing in my mailbox that said like, hey, you guys are they actually called me. They're like, hey, we have record that you're always putting like extra cardboard outside your box, and that's been fine so far, but it's not fine any longer. So they made me get a second bin, and it has to all fit in the bin. I can't do any excess because they have 1 guy now. They 50% slashing of the garbage pickup, recycling pickup workforce in my area apparently. But yeah, I do have to go scoop a bunch of these things. I have a couple tabs open right now, and I'm not finding. I'll have to finish this up in a couple hours after people buy thousands of them. Dan yelled at me for paying sales tax. Now he has wild times. I have paid $2.80 or something in sales tax this year on items intended for resale.
Now you can't give James shit.
Oh man. Top signal, Dan paying sales tax, Dan paid sales tax clipped. You know Helga Pataki's on it. Oh man. Let's see. Nick Bona, the buyer of the Charizard. I hate this market. Expedition Hollow PSA 9 set listed for $20K. Went home, relisted for $25K. 3 days later, listed for $30K. Still for sale.
Jesus.
Buy it today for $30 before it's listed in 2 weeks for $50. Right? That one's not financial advice. The other one I felt more confident on. I don't know all the the comps on those right now. Brad, I have like 6 of these shirts. This is a fresh one, I swear.
Sure.
Yeah. I only had 2, and I just bought 4. I literally have 6 now because I thought I had 4 or 5. I only had 2, and I literally just bought 4 more so that every day of PokeCon I can wear a fresh one.
Well, there you go.
Let's see. Smitty Werbin says, I'm selling high-end CGC pristine slabs for 10 to 15 times what I paid in the COVID boom, which was near the top of last cycle.
Sweet.
OG from the last boom, selling off my high-end slabs I kept from 2021 to 2022 right now. Mid-era finally getting the love it deserves. These mid-era reverse hollows, it's crazy what some of them are doing. Actually, again, this is another conversation me and Bierski were having in the car yesterday. It's crazy, and it's not that crazy. Because, like, think about it. Take a random... Let me see if James has any actively in his story. Take a random PSA 10 Piplup reverse hollow from EX whatever. Maybe that's a bad example. Piplup wasn't out yet. Wasn't he Diamond and Pearl? Take a random reverse hollow Meowth from Team Rocket Returns or whatever. Some of these pops are like 30 or 20 or like some of the pops are really low, and it's like, how is a card like that gonna be $10,000? Who wants a Meowth? Who wants a Scissor? Who wants this or that for 10 grand? Well, there's only 30 in the world. It's like, if the card is 10 grand, I agree. I don't value that anywhere near 10 grand. But like 20 of the 30 owners probably don't even know that it's worth 10 grand. They've probably owned it for a decade, back when it was $5, back when it was $25 or something. I mean, some of these things literally used to end in auction for $25, $30. So some of those buyers, like, they don't even know that we're booming. And then the few that do, some of them, if they have 20 or 50 or other these cards, it's like the entire world market cap of that card is still only a few hundred grand. If there's 30 of them and it's a $10,000 card, it's like, it's simultaneously insane that it's that expensive, and it's also insane that it's that cheap. Like, because like, are there not thousands of people in the world that like that love Meowth, or that love, I mean, name any Pokemon, name some of the darkest Pokemon, and there's probably 100 people that love them. It's actually insane out here.
It really is. James's stories are wild.
Yeah.
Is that true? I gotta update my pack collection pricing. Any EX era sets at least 4 figures?
I don't know. I wouldn't say that high. There are boxes that are, I don't know off the top of my head, but they can't be quite that high. No, I actually I recently had some, well, a couple of them ended up being resealed, which fully refunded, yada yada yada. But I think I comped a loose Crystal Guardians pack at like 600 or something. So there's definitely some that are only 3-figure. But the funny thing about those niche cards is they have 0 mystery digital repack appeal. Yeah,
that is true.
There's significantly more appeal in a poncho, in a card. But again, simultaneously, it's insane for how high it is, and it's also insane for how low it is. I can get my head around both sides of it. Because, like, I don't even know. I actually need to brush up on my Quaxley Master Set.
Oh, God.
If there were a card, obviously Quaxley only graced he only was introduced to the world a few years ago, so he doesn't have an EX era reverse holo. But a Pokemon like Quaxley, if he did exist and there was a Pop 7 Quaxley Grail from the EX era, would I or would I not bid $7,000 on it? I mean, I probably would. Kind of like for the memes. Like some of these bids are potentially for the memes. Some of these bids are from true pure collectors of that species, and some people are going for the whole set. They want the whole EX Team Rocket Returns, the whole EX Crystal Guardians. It's crazy how it's crazy from both ends, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely does.
And again, like, you use the word investment. Some of those people aren't investing. Some of those people just want the card. As crazy as that is, like, some of the people have 10 grand and they want a Pop 27 Sandile. They just want whatever the card is, and they exchange that amount of USD for that piece of cardboard. It's I think a lot of times I don't value that card anywhere near that. This is insane. This can't be real. It's money laundering. It's this, it's that. Sometimes it's just rich people wanting a Quaxley and now Brout. Just get a Parakeet Dan and get over it. I can't help that the last 2 gens, the bird was the clear choice for both. But yeah, it's I mean, give me some of those low pop reverse holo PSA 10s. Not all of them, but give me a lot of them over. And Nick, I'm going to slander one of your favorite cards.
Oh, God. PSA
10 gray felt hat. Give me a reverse holo, like mid-era whatever, over a PSA 10 gray felt hat. Personally, it's all kind of insane when you think about it too hard.
No, gray felt hat over any of that garbage. I personally prefer the like the stamp reverse holos. But no, gray felt hat's far superior.
I'm not even a reverse holo guy, and I would pick the stamped reverse holos over that. I'm not a reverse holo guy. I'm not a stamp guy. I would pick stamped reverse holos. Oh, but realistically, I'd pick none of them, and I'd pick the things that I actually buy. And would you rather have 200 of these first partner collection sealed boxes for 10 grand, or would you rather have 3 Gray Felt Hat PSA 10s or 1 random reverse holo Pop 15? Like, I'd rather have the 200 first partner collections in every regard. UAP says, has anyone outside the US sent to Dan and has a current turnaround roughly from ship to auction? So Fanatics, it's variable. So if you send raw to Fanatics and you get them CGC graded and then sold on auction, it's pretty consistent at like 4 weeks. So you send to me today, it's probably going for auction on April 26th to like early May, 4 or 5 weeks. If you send already graded, it's highly dependent on like if it lands on a Monday, it's definitely not going up that Thursday. It's significantly more than 2 or 3 business day turnaround time. It might, like, if it lands on Monday or Tuesday, it's probably not even going up for auction the next Thursday. It's probably like a little over 2 weeks. If it lands on like a Friday though, it's not going to be the first Thursday, but it could be the second Thursday. So it's between 7 and 10 business days ish to get things curated and listed. If you have the juice, if you have the real juice, there may or may not be a fast lane available. If and when someone has like really good stuff, I can have my rep like put that through. But if it's gray felt hats and reverse hollow whatevers and Quaxley's, then maybe they'll just take the normal line, not the fast pass. Thinking about auctioning a Mario Half Art CGC 10. See, that's a card where like it's many people's grails and it's several $1,000s, but like I'm thinking more like I only use that card. I only pull the fast pass card on like 30K plus. And even then, most of the stuff that comes through that's 30K plus is not being fast passed either. So like that could happen. It would probably take a couple weeks. It would probably be a couple weeks from whenever it delivers. It would be up Thursday, 10-day auction. Same for ponchos. Like there are a lot of people's grails, but if there's thousands of them, if they're below $25,000, fast pass is probably not an option. I did just have sell a consigner's card. I posted it on my Instagram, but it was the Pichu from Neo Genesis.
I saw that. Yeah.
I haven't posted it to Instagram yet, but I have another confirmed paid post. I'm following after James's footsteps there. All that engagement he gets on those things. I wonder if he's gonna do a. Imagine there's no way. Imagine James did a confirmed paid post on the Dark Scissor. $475 confirmed paid. List the pop and everything, but no, the Dragon's Exalted Rayquaza, the black and white, like secret rare, or actually it's not a secret. Yeah, it is a secret rare. 128 out of 124. That got paid for $40,800. A reverse hollow. Sorry, not a reverse hollow. Just a hollow rare, secret rare. Those, I mean, I think cards from all generations are really cool. It's already sold, so I'm not pumping it. But that's a cool card. I think some of those black and white era secret hollow secret rares, those are pretty cool cards. But $40,000 cool. I mean, I don't have that kind of cash flow. You brokies gonna wait. Hey, I mean, at least so far, generally speaking, that's been a feature, not a bug. Taking 2 weeks to get a card listed in the past 3 months, that's been to your benefit. I mean, there are consigners who've had their cards, like if they were listed the day they got there, they would have gotten 30% less or 50% less. At some point, the market will likely turn and that will go the other way. But at least for now, the 2 week delay on the front end has been a feature, not a bug for sure. We're actually fully caught up on questions. If anyone has any additional questions, we're only an hour. We're only an hour in. Is the boom over? Is this the top signal of all top signals?
Good chat with all you. Have a good week. We will see you in 2 weeks.
I can't remember the last live stream, Pokeflipz or my own personal one, we're an hour in. we hit the.
We were
we hit
just
the end of
live
the
last night for 3.5 hours.
I guess, and I'm live tomorrow and tomorrow night too. So four lives in 3 days. That's a quick way to end a boom. Boom canceled. Boom over.
Canceled.
What was one topic that I had myself that I wanted to bring up? We talked about PokeCon coming up in a couple of weeks. What was Greeny's hot take? Did you listen to Slab yet? It came out like this morning.
No, I didn't.
Greeny, I see Greeny in here. What was your spicy take, Greeny? I know that you guys do the thing where you can't talk about it until the next episode, whatever. I actually won. Shout out to Slab Podcast. Go check them out. Shout out to Sealed Chiz Consignments as well. But it was something about like, if you're not selling everything in this current market, getting liquid and like redeploying capital, that's what it was. He's like, we're booming so hard. If you're not selling everything, getting liquid, redistributing capital, like what are you even doing? I'm very much of that opinion. I guess he's a consignment operation, so he's a little bit biased towards getting you to sell everything. I am myself too. So Nick, as someone who doesn't run a consignment operation, are we dusted for having the spicy take that like, if you're not at least considering, I'm not saying sell it all today, the GIF meme thing. But if you're not at least like taking stock on what you have, if you're not looking up recent comps, like I think it's crazy to not at least consider like peak liquidity, peak boom, money flying everywhere. Where are you at on that?
I agree. I think it is something to at least consider. And it's something that I keep going. I've had this struggle for so long.
I think last flips you mentioned your pack collection. Yeah,
pack collection, the theme decks, the Ninetales. The one thing I keep going back to is I already have so much other stuff that I can list on eBay and sell through the streams and all that stuff, where I can make money off of that stuff, like actual inventory that I just haven't listed yet. Do I need to sell the pack collection where I really like that still, and where that's more so my own collection? I still don't know on that. I still don't know. If the shop does happen, that probably would be something to sell. Because then you have instant build out money right there.
I was just gonna say, maybe if in the next 6 months, maybe if you had some big change coming to the business operation that could utilize multiple 6 figures injection of capital, maybe that would be something that would make you more prone to doing that. But I'm so excited to see if and when that comes. I hope the YouTube is still a thing.
It'll definitely still be a thing. It'll definitely still be a thing. We're almost 2 months in. We're all basically Friday will be 2 months.
The sleeve momentum has you reinvigorated, but I think the sleeves peter out by like mid-April. I don't think you get another 3 videos out of the sleeves. What carries you all summer? I mean, I would love, give me card shop life, give me building out the store, give me like all the blood, sweat, and tears that go into the build out of an operation like that. I'm there. I'm watching every video 2x, so I think you only get like 50% of the view duration. But I'm there for all of them. I would not place a large bet on that actually coming to fruition. It's not the LGS not coming to fruition, but the videos up and through the LGS opening actually being there.
I think it's going to stick around this time. I do think it. We'll see. Because I did say Instagram was going to stick around this time, and that's long since it did. I think I made it a solid. I think I made it through January every day posting. Instagrams, it's too depressing. You post a picture and you get like 10 likes on it. Oh God, I hated it. I don't know. You got to do reels now on Instagram, which I don't want to do that.
You just need way more rocket emojis and red lines and green lines, and you need all that stuff. Instagram confirmed. But yeah, as I mentioned, if anyone has any questions, I'm starring a couple that I see right now. If anyone has any questions, there's like almost no backlog. Drop them in chat. We're going to be live for hopefully the next hour and a half if you guys can get us there. Can you elaborate on DVA some more? Oh, DBA.
Oh.
So DBA is like it's an acronym for doing business as, and some place like this is always regional. This is always like geographically dependent. In New York, it's called DBA. Some places call it a fictitious name, but like my government name is Dan. I'm not gonna do business as like Dan. I'm doing business as KetchumAllCollectibles. So you like if you don't want to go into an LLC, S corp, all that stuff, you can register as an entity. Hi, I'm Dan. I'm doing business as KetchumAllCollectibles, and then you can be like a sole proprietor as KetchumAllCollectibles. You can go and get your EIN on the IRS website. I know I'm throwing so many acronyms at you: Internal Revenue Service, IRS. EIN, employer identification number. That will allow you to go get a reseller's permit, a certificate of authority, a resale certificate, all the different vernacular depending on where you live. There's a lot to it, but like I live in Oneida County, New York. Google Oneida County, New York, forms and paperwork needed to register as a business. Look up your like SBA, Small Business Association in Oneida County, New York. Look up your county building. They probably have a website. You can probably do it all online. They probably have a physical building somewhere within 30 minutes of you that you can go drive to, get all the forms, do all the things. So like that's all it is. That's all a DBA is. It allows you to do business as whatever business name you want to run at. Pokepops 93. You could get a DBA as Pokepops 93. You could register as a sole proprietor under that name. That I guess that's as deep as I'll get.
Yeah.
Nick, I forget. Are you an LLC? Or
Not
you're just
yet,
sole prop?
no.
You're just sole prop.
Yeah.
Here we go. Greeny wants to know. 2028 elections coming up before you know it. Who's on your presidential PokeTuber ballot? Who's going to be president of the United States of America and why? I hope you don't pick.
I'm gonna go. Ooh, who am I gonna go? I'm thinking. I'm gonna say. I'm either gonna say. I think I'm either gonna say you, Squeaks, or Rusty. Those are my nominations.
I'm honored. I can't believe you sent me there. I thought you were just gonna flatly say Rusty. Rusty was the first guy that came to my mind. As far as having political background, and I think it's kind of a plus potentially that he's and I'm rambling here because I don't even know where to begin. Rusty's let me just start here. Rusty is like the epitome of just like a good dude, an all around good dude. I trust him babysitting my kids. I trust him sending my entire inventory to his house. I trust him in all regards. He's just like an honest, straightforward, straight to business dude. And does he have any knowledge, experience of any of the things that would go into presidency? Probably not. I don't even want to get into any further conversation
on the current Iran war.
Yeah. I don't even want to get into the further applications of any of this commentary towards our current world situation that we're in. But I fear, I've mentioned the movie Idiocracy before. I fear we are on a path. Maybe we are even living current idiocracy right now. And I think Rusty would be a good pivot into, I don't even know what it would be necessarily, but I know it would be more pure, no insider dealing, no TCA. Rusty might be listening to this, so I'm not going to say SHIT coins. I'm going to say there's going to be no TCA crap coin NFTs launched. And so Rusty would be my vote. You saying Squeaks, you saying me, that horrifies me. I'm not up for the job. So I take my hat out of the ring. I'd be happy with either Squeaks or Rusty. I'd love to see Squeaks and Rusty kind of run against each other and what their platforms would be. And
There we go.
I'd be open to either. So let us know in chat. Hashtag Squeaks 2028. Hashtag TCA 2028. Let us know what you're thinking. I like that question though.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
I see a bunch more questions coming, so I'm starting them quick. And let us know, Greenie. Who would you pick, Greenie, and why? So I'd say Rusty.
God. I'm moving to Canada.
I'd say Rusty for the Pokemon 2028. I'd say Rusty for the purity, the honesty, the just all around good guy, not doing shady dealings, and I think he'd be good. Squeaks would be a great candidate, but I think daily ranting would get in the way of making serious decisions. No, I'm game for Squeaks or Rusty for sure. Okay, we got a bunch more questions starting now. Appreciate you guys hitting us with the questions. Oops, wrong one. The green shiz. So less than a month, right? Or is it like 4 weeks from this weekend, maybe?
I think it's a little bit less than a month. I think it's 2 weeks after your get together.
Pokefest, PokeCon, whatever it's called. So yeah, Chicago Collecticon is 25th. If you want to start with what you're doing there.
Yes, I will be going. I can't wait. I'm excited for it. Hopefully buying a whole bunch there. Selling wise, could care less really. But hopefully buying a whole bunch there. That's the ideal plan. I don't know if eBay is going to be there. They have like a section like on the map, but I haven't heard anything about eBay Live being there yet. So we'll see if they're there. That'd be kind of cool to do a stream there. But yeah, the main thing is gonna be buying. I know obviously me, Walrus, Thrifty, Vandy, all the Chicago people. Pokesmokes said he's gonna go. But then I know Brad and then Nick actually from the live streams. He's gonna come. Another person from the live stream is gonna come, so it'll be cool to meet them. And did I say Hive Mind already? They'll be there. But yeah, no, I'm excited. It's gonna be a good time.
Nice to see you, Ray. Ray said Thrifty's slogan would be peace and love. Yeah, I'm still up in the air. So I'm looking at my personal calendar now. It's tough because like PokeCon is a whole ordeal. I'm barely gonna work that week. I'm barely working the latter half of this week. With the YouTube circuit that I found myself on. It's very tough. I actually have like a personal engagement on Sunday. So if and when I do go, I'd be in Thursday or Friday, out probably Saturday night. I probably wouldn't be there till Sunday morning. So I'm going to be like a game time decision. Definitely not vending because of that. And
I thought we're definitely not going. That's nice. We got a maybe now.
I'm not definitely not going, but it'll definitely be difficult. But maybe if I can tie in a couple of YouTube live streams while I'm there, then I could really get invested into it. But no,
hopefully your hotel has good Wi-Fi then.
No, I'm up in the air on it. But it sounds like you don't have a table, right? You're just walking.
We'll see. We'll see there.
You potentially have access to buying into a section or something?
Yes.
Dan, you went live on YouTube back-to-back days. I think a 2-week break in between PokeCon and Chicago will be enough. Not only am I live back-to-back days, barely over 12 hours apart, I'm live twice tomorrow. I don't think Brad was here when I mentioned that earlier. I'm live on Steve at Tactical Trading's channel tomorrow at 3, I believe, with Alex. And then I'm live at like 9 with DJ's Poke Center. So I'm living on YouTube these days. I'm like PK on Fanatics Live level of grind for this 3-day span. Boom so big that Dan quit working.
Oh, no.
Random video popped up of someone breaking down Fanatics MetaZoo auctions 4 minutes in. What the heck is this Ketchum guy doing? You got to DM me that video. That's funny. We haven't done a MetaZoo stream on Fanatics in quite a while. I think Torrential Tides release, like August or something. So yeah, Chicago is up in the air. Aside from Chicago, what ones are you doing this year? Do you have like your year planned out?
It changed. Both Chicago's for sure. And then Charlotte for sure.
Are you doing
Charlotte,
Vegas?
hopefully. I don't think I'll do Vegas anymore. Maybe
Nick not going to Vegas?
Well, you're not going to be there. What's the point? There's no point anymore.
That's fair. That's very fair. I do bring the party. And honestly, we're doing our little Turning Stone mini Vegas in very, very soon. So
exactly. No, we'll see. But no, I did cut back my because originally it was New Jersey, Charlotte, Vegas, the Wisconsin one, or Minnesota, Wisconsin, one of the two states. But yeah, now it's Chicago and Charlotte.
Charlotte is a definite for me, barring anything popping up. But I think part of the reason that I might do Chicago is like I can't do New Jersey, the first one. I think I can't do the second Chicago. I think I have a wedding then. I'm probably doing Fanatics Fest. But there's not many Collecticons I'm doing. So that's part of why I might like leap towards this Chicago one. I'm still undecided though. We'll see. But I guess we'll see how I end up after PokeCon. both casino wise and
You'll be good.
Yeah, we'll see. What are the turnaround times that you guys are experiencing from PSA right now? I don't grade with them hardly at all lately. And I'm not a tracker checker whatsoever. We have a special channel in my Discord that is muted permanently for me. I do get notified if someone pings me directly. But when they come back, they come back. And then but 95% of my grading at this point is CGC.
Yeah, I'm the same way. We did just get a PSA sub back that had been gone forever. I don't know how long, but yeah, no, I do primarily CGC.
This is the interesting point that I was getting at. It's like I've never really engaged in buyouts, and I've bought a lot of a card before with intent to grade it, resell it. I've bought a lot of them to have for longer term investment, speculation, whatever. So I've definitely bought cards and made a move up, but I wouldn't call what I've done in the past like a buyout. But if you just like, if you have a favorite species or not even a favorite species, some of these cards, it's like I could buy on one of my credit cards, every single one at the current prices. Like there are some pop 10, 12 cards that are less than 10 grand, 4, 5, 6, 7 grand. There are some of these cards that I could literally save a search and I could just personally buy everyone. I'm not going to, but like, it's insane that that's a thing. It's insane. And to think that I was here 5 years ago, I graded some of those. There's actually, I made a video 4 years ago, probably. I got so lucky. I had a Diamond and Pearl collection that I bought. And I had like Blaziken from Mysterious Treasures and probably getting the set wrong there, Secret Wonders. And I graded single-digit pop English set cards. And I was so thrilled because I was selling them for $300, $400. Those cards today are $10,000, $5,000, $10,000. At the time, it's like I was thrilled to sell a pop 10 card for $300.
Mm-hmm.
The entire pop was $3,000 then. Hindsight is so obvious. Like, why did I sell them? Dan, what were you doing? You're crazy. Back then, the amount of money that $300 was, and blah, 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 like all that. it's crazy from both sides. Because like even in my opinion today, some of those cards that they're selling for 10 grand, I don't personally value them at $300. I don't personally value them at $100. I didn't value them at that 5 years ago, but today they're 30 times that 300. Like it's crazy. It's crazy in both regards how cheap they are and how expensive they are. And that's what I love about it. I love so much about the hobby because like I can look at a gray felt hat and I can say that card is insanely expensive. The entire hobby's lost its mind. And then I can scroll to the next Instagram story and I can see that like some black label stupid $3 promo Charizard sold for $5 grand. And it's like, well, give me the gray felt hat over that. It's like no matter what you find, it can be one up with something dumber. And bless the hobby, praise Arceus, because that's the beauty of the hobby, at least in my opinion.
It's insane. I'll never understand it. I don't get it.
I love how much of a like how much it messes with your mind. Because like if you compare X to Y, it's like, oh, the X is way undervalued, and then compare it to some other item in that same value tier, and literally that's all I do every day to some extent. I'm looking across the market and I'm saying like, well, I have these, and instead of having these, I could sell these and I could buy this, and I just think this is gonna double, triple, quadruple before this one's gonna do anything. I think this one's gonna drop 50% in the next 2 years. I think this one's gonna 5x in the next. Constantly just making trades of value between things that I think are overvalued towards things that I think are undervalued. And certain things just they really mess with your mind because it's like I can make a compelling argument how Pop 10, Pop 15, Diamond and Pearl era hollows, EX era reverse hollows. I can make a compelling argument that they are absurdly overvalued, 10x or more. They should drop 90%. And I can also make the argument that they should 10x. I can make the argument that they're undervalued and they should actually be 10 times higher than they are. And that's
what do you feel stronger about? Do you lean one way or the other?
I feel equally strong towards both. Like honestly, as crazy it is to say, I think let me pull up. I want to say one of the cards specifically that I had was like a Mysterious Treasures Blaziken. PSA 10. There probably won't even be one on eBay. Let me see if one's sold recently. Maybe I have the wrong set. But if a card like that, like Blaziken, he's a fiery chicken. He's the final evolution of a starting Pokemon. Blaziken PSA 10. Maybe it was Secret Wonders.
You're proving my point right here in real time. You don't even know what set it is. Because nobody except PK knows any of the Diamond and Pearl sets.
I can't find it. Oh, wait, hold on. Maybe I have it. 2007 Mysterious Treasures. Let me see if this one has a Blaziken. Look, like Aggron. Number 1 Aggron. PSA 10. No. It's a hollow card. It's a hollow card.
Dumb Pokemon.
It's a hollow card from an English set release. It is Pop 3. It's Pop 3.
And there's not 3 people in the world that want that card.
Alakazam. Same set. Okay, Pop 11. Alakazam is a Gen 1 Pokemon. Mind you, I own none of this card. Probably even raw. Maybe somewhere in one of the streamer piles. I own a raw one. But PSA 10 Alakazam Hollow is Pop 11. They came out of the pack as 8s. All the 10s are probably 8s as well. But that card, I could see it going for $25,000 in auction. And I wouldn't like lose my mind over it. It's like I wouldn't pay that. I wouldn't pay $250 if I was never allowed to sell the card. But relative to some other things, it wouldn't be by far. It wouldn't be anywhere near the craziest thing on the market. Pop 11? That's insane.
No, I would rather anything besides that. No, nobody who cares about Diamond and Pearl era?
I don't care that much, but like, Nick, there's 7 billion people on the planet. I mean, there's more than 1,000 people that Blaziken's their favorite Pokemon. I think like Pokemon is so big. There's 1,000 Pokemon. There's millions and millions of Pokemon fans. Blaziken's not S tier. He's got to be B tier or something, right? There's got to be over 1,000 people that how many of those collect Pokemon cards? Blah 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 blah. I don't know. It's an interesting conversation because I could get on board with when I'm going between Blaziken and Alakazam, but I could get on board with that card being again, I could get on board with that card being $500, and I could get on board with that card being $20,000 because it's literally all made up. It's all made up. Mm-hmm. There's no rhyme or reason to any of it. Let me see if there's even been a PSA 10 Mysterious Treasures of any holo sold. Blaziken's not in that set, so I don't know what set I'm thinking of. Legends Awaken. I can keep guessing. But yeah, like an Uxie. So Celebi, 7,700 or best offer. I don't know what it got sold for, but it's entirely made up. It's entirely made up. An Uxie, buy it now. Uxie sold for 3,500. Why are people doing buy it now? Yeah. That thing would have auctioned for $5,000 probably. They probably cost themselves over
$1,000. Actually, you think hold on. It would have gone for more at auction?
So hold on. Let me see if this is the same cert or a different cert. Interesting. So different certs. Oh, they were both auctions. Because it ended on a round number, I assumed it was a buy it now. It was actually an auction. So Uxie, in back-to-back weeks, different cert numbers, different Uxies. Former Uxie collector, they must have consigned with James. They got out of the cards. So 1 week, one sold for $3,053. Sold. I don't know if it's paid. Check ZNG Emporium. Stories he usually does, so you wouldn't even be able to see. But the following week, PSA 10 pop of 8. So 1 week, one sold for $3,053. The next week, a different copy through James again, probably the same collector, $3,500.
That's wild.
Uxie.
That's insane.
Yeah. Bronzong looks like a buy it now, 1,600. Like, if I was
wrong with people,
if I was browsing eBay right now, I'm looking at Mysterious Treasures PSA 10. I see a Celebi listed for $250,000. That's a little lofty. I think we're getting a little ambitious. I promise you, if I saw right now, if someone, while I'm typing, if someone lists a buy it now of an Alakazam for less than $5,000, I am snap buying it and I'm sending it to auction at Fanatics. And I bet you I will make money. A Pop 11 Alakazam Diamond or Pull Out. Do I value it at $5,000? No. But do I think I will make more money in a boom auctioning it the following week? Yes.
That's dumb. That's crazy.
5 years from now, I simultaneously could see that Uxie. 5 years from now, it would not shock me if that Uxie auctioned for $500. It would not shock me if that Uxie auctioned for $12,000.
But what is what's the rest of the market doing if that card doubles?
I think a card so niche, like the rest of the market could double and that card could go down. The rest of the market could halve and that card could go up. Nick, literally, I have four separate credit cards that individually could house every Uxie on them. I could literally, I'm not going to, but I could buy every subsequent auction. If the card were to double, eight cards, 6,000 a piece, I could buy every single one on 4 separate credit cards.
Yeah, but so what? Who's gonna be the sucker after you who buys one from you?
I'm not doing it. I'm not advocating for this as an investment plan, but I'm just saying how arbitrary it is. I think sometimes people see us, and it's crazier to be honest with, like with the gray felt hat where there's so many, with the Charizard 151 SIR, with the Moonbreon, with the Sunbreon, with the Mario Pikachu. It's crazier when there's thousands of cards, but when there's so few. Like I could just be someone could be a multi-millionaire that just wants every Uxie card, and then realistically, you probably can't get one. If I do an Instagram story right now that I'm paying $20,000 on all Uxies, I'd probably get 3 of them or 4 of them. And there's 5 left. There's 4 or 5 left. If your life goal was to get all 8 of those Uxies, you probably would fail. You probably wouldn't get them all because some amount of those owners graded them themselves 10 years ago. Some amount of those owners bought them 10 years ago for $50 on auction. And they don't even know what's happening right now. I would wager, I would bet a decent amount of money that if I made a public post offering 25 grand in Uxie, market cap of $200,000, I could do that if I wanted to. I don't want to, but I bet you I couldn't get them all. So like,
I think that makes sense though. So I think if you could reach out to every one of those the people who own those cards and you offer 25 grand and they saw your message, I think every one of them would accept it. I think your problem would be people not seeing it.
Oh, that's definitely what I'm assuming. But you might be surprised. Like there are people.
There's no shot anyone's not gonna take that.
I mean, what's the PSA 10 Mario Pikachu pop? 2,000, 2,500 ish.
Something like that.
At least half of the owners of those have to know they're above 25, 30 grand. I would think. I think that card's new enough. That card's engaged with enough that I would wager half of the owners. And some people own several, but I would wager that at least half of the owners of that know what it's worth. And most weeks, like there's only 1 or 2 publicly available for auction across all platforms. So there's a lot of people actively in choosing. And I'm going to say this too. I guarantee there's someone out there that owns a Mario Pikachu PSA 10 full art poncho worth $35,000 that is carrying credit card debt. That is worried about how they're going to pay rent. Is worried, like the first is less than a week away. There is an owner of a PSA 10 full art Mario Pikachu that is worried about how they're going to make rent. And I'm not saying that to like talk down on or what. Like I'm not trying to be mean to them, but I guarantee you that there are people in those situations that are actively choosing. Some because they think in a year it's going to be worth 100,000. Some because they just love that card that much. There are people that own a Mario Pikachu, to which 30 grand, 100 grand is life-changing amounts of money that will choose to not sell. So what are the odds that one of the Uxie owners either is wealthy and doesn't care or isn't wealthy and still doesn't care? It wouldn't blow my mind if one of the 8 Uxie owners just decided like, nope, I'm not taking 25. And $1 million, $2 million. Yes, there's some number that like you get them all, but it's an interesting conversation because this is literally all made up. So sometimes when people post something on Instagram, oh, it's money laundering, it's this, it's that, this makes no sense. It's like, none of it makes any sense. Like, how do you draw the line at a $3,000 Uxie with everything else going on around us? Like, it's all made up. None of it makes any sense to some extent. And I get called a bear in some regards, and I simultaneously say like I could see Uxie being $15,000 card. Like it's I love the true vast expanse of like reasonable outcomes that exist out there in such an arbitrary market as collectible trading cards.
It is
drop 90%. I will buy them all. Nick, do you know we're booming?
Apparently not. Apparently I missed the memo.
This comment. Oh man, that's funny.
That is true. That is true.
Oh god. Oh, we mentioned before we started recording too. Did you order one of these? Do you have one of these coming in? I
did not, but I wanted to get your thoughts on that. Give me 1 second though. I gotta run to the bathroom real quick.
Okay, I'll give my thoughts after you return. Yeah.
Yes.
Pokemon Phenom says, which WotC sets do you think still have much room to grow? Even with Butterfree going for 50K, I still think e-readers are undervalued. So one of the shops that I went to yesterday in Syracuse had they had some blue label CGC 8.5 and CGC 8.5s and 9s, and I was thinking about buying them to try to make a current label CGC play, maybe a PSA play, but I can't get on board with the 10s. Ironically, I'm going to pivot. away from the Uxie being $15,000. I'm going to pivot into a lot of the 10 to 9 differential. As I've said, if a card is low pop, like of those 8 Uxies, if you crack out all 8 Uxies, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing Uxie right. I feel like I've pronounced it as like Uxie or something. But anyways, if you cracked out all 8 Uxies and you regraded them with PSA, 10 times each. So you regrade 8 cards 10 times each. You add 80 cards to the pop. You might get 0 10s. You might get a 10 a handful of times. You're not getting 10s as your most frequent grade. That's not even necessarily to say because of grading harder. They're just grading as inconsistent as ever. Sometimes they're going to be a 10, sometimes they're going to be 8, sometimes they're going to be a 9. But so I can't get on board as much with the 10s. And I could be wrong. Years ago, I was always a 9 buyer. I always find more value in the 9s. What's happening today, though? The 10s, generally speaking, are running further from the 9s. So in my opinion, I'd rather have a fixed amount of money. If I've got $3,000, I don't know what the Uxie goes for in PSA 9, but give me $3,000 worth of Uxies in PSA 9. And I think those will outperform the 10. But I absolutely could be wrong. I don't hold that firmly. So yes, I think some of the WotC sets out there have some room to grow, but I think most of that room is in the lower grades, 8 and even 9, less so in the 10s. I always go back to base first. So, some of the cards I picked up yesterday were actually base first lower grades because I think relative to a lot of things in the hobby, I think being able to pick up a even if it's a PSA 5 Alakazam for a few $100. I bought a PSA 6 Nidoking for $300. To me, a PSA 6 base first Nidoking, like it actually looks like it's gonna get a CGC 8. Last CGC 8 comp was like $700. So I'm probably just gonna slab optimize it and make a few $100. But yeah, where are you on WotC sets? Which ones are undervalued?
Undervalued? I don't know.
If any.
That's tough. WotC's getting so expensive. I don't know at this point. I would agree with you the lower grades over 10s though. I do like that. I don't even know though. Everything is just getting wildly expensive. I actually bought the Golden ran the base through Neo Destiny set a couple months ago. No, it was towards the beginning of March. And I actually bought that for $23,000. So it's every WotC unlimited set, base through Neo Destiny, plus Southern Islands. The average condition was like moderate play, moderate to heavy play. So it was a rough condition set. But yeah, that one sold for a wild amount. But I'm gonna auction all those on eBay Live and see, make a video out of it and see if I can make money, lose money, break even. I think it'll make for some fun streams too. But yeah, that stuff it's getting so expensive.
But will we look back in 5 years and talk about how cheap it always was? Are we really?
It seems to be drying up. Like you don't see even just like raw near mint hollows. You used to be able to buy just hundreds of them for I remember like way back in the day. You could like not the good ones, but like the theme deck hollows from base Jungle Fossil you could pick up for $2-3 a piece. But yeah, now it's so hard to find like near mint WotC collections, like WotC Hollow collections. I don't know. Even like the bulky stuff, like WotC bulk, near mint, first edition, commons, uncommons. It's all getting wild, and it does seem to be drying up a little bit.
Yeah, I think there's a reasonable argument that like 10, 15 years from now, we could look back and say like this stuff was all undervalued. Like we're early. That could be the case. It also could go the other way. Again, it's very interesting conversations. Whether you're talking about graded product, whether you're talking about singles, whether you're talking about sealed product, I think there's so much irrationality and so much misunderstanding about how these speculative collectibles markets work. I think there's a lot of people in for potentially rude awakenings, but maybe the market awakens and we are like super early. And so it's really fascinating how, again, wide the chasm is between like the bear case and the bull case. And I think a lot of people are only steered towards the bull case, but yeah, it's just very interesting to be living in it. And one interesting comment that I'll bring up that's kind of in the same vein, and then we can talk about the chair. But like, I agree with the low pop talk, but what changed from 6 months ago? I'm not surprised it's going up, but the speed at which people have discovered and lost their minds for these reverse stamps is wild. Like that's how quickly things can happen. That is literally how collectibles markets frequently take place. There can be long periods of stagnation, plateauing, even prices trickling down over time. And then like just boom, like consumer demand is so fickle. There might be people that wake up in 2 years. Oh my God, my Uxie 2 years ago sold for $3,000. I would have sold it for half that. I paid $33. And I mean, I don't think I auctioned any of those personally, but I'm telling you, like, I made a video years ago. I thought I had such a come up, and I did. It's crazy because I did have such a come up, being blessed with PSA 10s on cards that were definitely PSA 9s, and PSA just gifted me thousands of dollars. But yeah, why now? Why now with the Mario Pikachu? I mean, people are talking today. I've unironically heard people say that Mario Pikachu is undervalued and should be $100,000 card.
That's crazy.
And as crazy it is to say it could go there. It only needs to 3x from where it is, but it also could go back down to 10K. Like I don't have like Uxie. I could swing the Uxie market myself. I cannot swing. I mean, 3 weeks, 4 weeks in, the attrition to my cash flow would be like it would be bad news if I started trying to buy every PSA 10 full art Mario Pikachu. But that's where the crazy nature of it is. There will be people waking up in 6 months or a year or 5 years like, I could have changed my life. Why didn't I sell XYZ? And there'll be people waking up. Oh my God, I can't believe I sold my Mario Pikachu for only 30 grand. If I had only waited 2 more years, I could have bought a house. I could like the vast array of potential outcomes are that wide.
It really is. It really is.
I don't know how and why people don't fully understand that, but it's truly bigger than any of us, and as quickly and as easily as it's gone up, like for no apparent reason over the past 4 months or whatever. Especially, it's been like a 16-month thing, broader, but this vintage thing in the past 4 months, in the mid era, and the as quickly as it's gone up, it can go away too. And looping this back into half an hour ago or whenever I put it on screen. But Greeny's spicy comment, like, if you are facing potential life-changing money, I'm never going to tell someone to sell. I'm never going to tell someone to buy. But, like, consider it. Look at what your Uxies are worth. Look at what your Quaxies are worth. Look at what your Torterras and Blazikins and Ponchos, and look at what everything's worth. And, like, take stock on what you value in life and your finances and your goals and yada, yada, yada. Everyone should at least be considering, for sure. We might be early, but at some point it could turn to late too.
That's so tough, though.
It's impossible.
Like, if you sell, you're never gonna buy back.
I mean, I sold Burn Towers 5 years ago, one of my favorite arts in the hobby. I sold them for $5-6 grand. And I bought them 2 or 3 months ago for $3,000, $4,000. And one just recently auctioned again for like, I'm not even memeing this time, $6,000 or $7,000. I want to say James sold one for like 6,800 or 6,500. I forget what it was. But when I sold my trophy Pikachus, I thought there was a chance that I would never own them again. And be honest with yourself. It's like at the end of the day, you love your No Damage Ninetales. If you liquidated all of those, that's hundreds of thousands of dollars, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
they're cool. It's a fire fox with 9 tails that forgot to put the attack damage, but like at your age, additional multi 6 figures injection of capital, opening an LGS, creating some empire, putting it all into like anything you do with that could be truly life changing.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like
Exactly.
actually talking with the comic book store owner today, where he asked me, like, I told him how I was full time in Pokemon, and he asked me what else and if anything else I collected, and I talked about Steins and video games and coins, and he's like, it really is a sickness, isn't it? I think it's like the whole collector gene. It's a bit of an addiction, but at the end of the day, it's just they're just things. It's just one part of life. Can't take them with you. All the deep philosophical things. But if you not to do the whole parent thing, having kids changes. It's like, to some extent that is true. To some extent, like having kids and all that, and it made it easier for me to be like, these are literal pieces of cardboard that anything could happen to price wise, and I can have more concrete confidence in selling this stuff and putting it into XYZ, paying off the house, de-risking, blah blah blah. But again, very personal decisions for everyone. Very fascinating conversations though. Deep stuff. Now let's talk about Secret Labs chairs. No affiliate code. I love how they're like magnetic. The pillow there. It's a neck pillow for me. It doesn't go all the way up to my head, but if I kick back, it's closer to my head. But
there you go. How do you like it though? Is it a good chair?
Big fan. I even upgraded. I don't have the footrest thing installed yet. I upgraded to the squishy armrest things. The custom, it has the lumbar support, 2 dials on the side for customizing the lumbar angle and whatever. And I haven't even customized it yet, but the armrests go in and out and back and forth, and the amount of customization is insane. It was like $1,100 or something. I got the XL, I got the add-on armrest, I got the add-on footrest thing, but plus EV. It's got a cool Gengar on the back. I would spin my chair around, but my dog is sleeping right behind me, and she'll get scared if I turn my chair around. But just look up Secret Lab Gengar chair. It's got really cool artwork on the back. Which, the way that I sit into the corner, like it's a shame. I guess Quaxley has a cool view behind me. But yeah, the effect of the Gengar is not really felt by anyone aside from Quaxley and gang behind me.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about getting one of those because they do look really nice.
I think you can still buy them, but I think they're pre-ordered through like the fall or something.
I was just looking at it. They have the Pikachu one for the end of May. That's the one I would get.
Oh, you wouldn't get Gengar? Interesting.
No, I'd go Pikachu.
Let me see. Gengar looks like Wave 1, 2, 3 sold out.
Jesus.
Wave 3 was June. Oh, and these are new because when I ordered, they had pre-order wave 1, 2, 3. I was in 2, and mine shipped mid-March. And the current wave 1 ships 29th of April. Wave 2 ships 19th of May. And wave 3 ships 25th of June. So this is like not even wave 1, 2, 3. This is like the second or third iteration of wave 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're booming.
We're booming.
But yeah, I went with the XL. I went with the performance add-ons, the armrest, the recliner add-on, the. Did I get the floor mat? Maybe I didn't get the floor mat. $1,111 it shows. We're booming.
Apparently. Did I think I told you. Did I tell you which one I went for? Like the collabs that I went for? I got you
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait for that. I got the pinball machine. I kept going back and forth with myself on whether or not I should get it. I originally saw it. I really wanted it, and then I decided no, it's too much. And then Pokemon Day weekend had a really good weekend in sales. Worked incredibly hard throughout that weekend. And so I told myself I deserve it. So I ended up pulling the trigger on that, and it's supposed to come. They originally said the end of March or sometime in April. So hopefully we get a shipping notification soon. But I'm so excited to get that in. I cannot wait.
Did you get premium or limited?
I got the premium one. So like the middle tier.
Can you share what you paid?
10,000 plus taxes. So it was like 11. I think it's gonna be like 11 total.
I see one on eBay right now for like 97 plus 700 freight. That's a lot of money. I just paid $1,000 for a chair, but it's like I sit in this chair for several hours a day, a few days a week. Feels easier to justify. Like I'm actually nostalgic. I think my grandparents still have it in their basement, and I don't think it works currently. Maybe someday that's like a project for me. Rebuild that someday. But going over to my grandparents, going over all the holidays and all the kids, we'd be running around in the basement like mad, and we'd be playing ping pong, we'd be playing pinball. But other than that, like I don't have a massive connection to pinball. And if anything, it's like that one specific pinball machine. But like hearing Squeaks, shout out to the off-centered pod. Hearing Squeaks talk about like I think he talked about it there, unless I heard him talk about it somewhere else. But he seems to have more connection to pinball machine. He has like multiple pinball machines, and apparently there's so much more depth to the pinball gaming market than I would have ever realized.
It is wild. I've been watching a bunch of YouTube videos on like pinball machines lately, and apparently it's crazy.
I think you can catch all 150 Pokemon in there somehow. Like how you catch a Pokemon in the pinball game, I have no clue. But apparently, like there's layers and there's depth and there's like progression. Whereas the pinball machine growing up that I played at my grandparents, it was like who gets the highest score and trying to beat the highest score. There's no progression. But it's cool. But for me, in all regards, it's like that's just going to be a cool thing. If I visit Nick's, like, yeah, I'll play on his. If I ever visit Squeaks, I'll play on his maybe. I guess if I'm allowed to look at it or touch it. That's above my budget for sure. If I spent 10 grand looking at the limited 750 made, I don't know what retail was, but like one's listed on eBay for 22.5. If I spent 10 or 20 or 25 on a pinball machine, the wife would be like, how have we not yet gone to Disney? The budget could fit both, and the hold off for Disney's not the price. It's more like taking the kids and a week long, all that stuff, having our dog get watched and our cat looked after. But that's a lot of money. I can't get over the hurdle of like, and me personally, I'd rather have what you have behind you. We can barely see the N64, the joystick. 10 grand, and I don't know if 10 grand does it. I'd rather have a snap station for 10 grand than a pinball machine.
I don't know what those cost nowadays, but yeah, there we go.
I'd rather have that, to be honest, for 10 than a pinball machine, personally. I remember playing Pokemon Snap growing up. I never went to Blockbuster and printed out my own things. I never had an N64 or Snap myself, but I had two separate cousins, one on my dad's side, one on my mom's side, that both had the games, and I played a bunch of it growing up. N64, Snap and Smash and Mario Kart, yeah, so I just don't have the ties to pinball to make the leap on that. But the $1,000 chair was easier.
yeah, for sure. I figure the way I see it is I can charge Walrus and Thrifty to play, and I guess you, if you want to come over and play, you'll have to bring some quarters. I'll charge you guys to play. That way I can recoup some money back.
Oh, I see Bierski in chat. Yeah. What's going to be the cost per game on a $10,000 machine? Like $25 a game.
Yeah, exactly.
Your payback will still be like 10 years. I actually see Beersky in the chat. I checked my DMs in Discord. Shout out to Beersky. He was intended to be right here as he was last night, but he's on the mend hopefully soon. He mentioned again, I don't want to talk about someone else's health, but he was here last night and he had been at urgent care prior that day or the night before or whatever, and something going on. Currently hopefully feeling better soon. But yeah, unfortunately we were starved of Beersky. We were supposed to have him last night and then today and then in 2 weeks Pokeflip. He was gonna go for the illustrious three-peat. And I guess we jinxed it last night talking about it. We got vintage versus modern conversation coming up in the
you gotta go modern pinball all the way.
That's actually an interesting conversation too. Yeah, everyone send your well wishes to Beersky. Beersky not feeling well. Hopefully he's feeling better ASAP. But yeah, that's a very interesting conversation. And again, Beersky and I, great dude. We had great conversations yesterday, going around to all the LGSs, mostly striking out at the LGSs. But we talked about a little bit like I do coins. I have done coins in the past. I've done video games in the past. I've done Steins in the past. I do them all to some extent today still. But like grails in Pokemon relative to grails in other hobbies, it's actually insane. Like one question that I would love to pose to the YouTube ethos, maybe one of the 49 people here between the vertical and horizontal framing of our podcast, maybe somebody knows. But what does like a vintage pinball grail that's not Pokemon go for? I would be very intrigued. Like one thing about Pokemon is it's expensive as hell. Like Pokemon grails relative to its age, relative to its rarity. Anyone out there in the YouTube ethos, anyone out there in the comments later, name an item in a collectible space where there's 2,500 of them and they go for $35,000. I'm talking about the PSA 10 Mario Pikachu. Can you think of like there's I don't think there's a coin that does that. I don't think there's a coin unless it's a 10-ounce gold coin or whatever and it's due to its gold value. But like name another hobby where there's a thing that exists that there's 2,500 of them. And surely in lower conditions, there's tens of thousands more, if not 100,000, or like there's probably 100,000 Mario Pikachu boxes that were made, maybe a couple 100,000, who knows? Because that's just PSA 9, CGC, BGS, yada yada yada. But where else are there that many at that value? It's crazy.
It is.
Nick Bonus says I have a 25K machine. Some are 35 to 45K. Interesting. Yeah, like I don't know. I'm posing this question in complete ignorance. I have no clue what the grails would be and whatever. But it's a really interesting conversation how Pokemon and number one grossing media franchise of all time, and yeah, like I get it, but also at some point like. If I have to choose between $3,000 on an Uxie or $3,000 on 100-year-old Breweriana Grail, like there's some old advertising, 100-year-old Utica Club brewery type advertising. It's like $1,000, $1,500. I'm taking that all day, every day, and I'm collecting that item. I'm not investing, speculating in that item. I'm buying that as a consumer for $1,500 to just hold it for its history, to hold it for its curiosity, all that stuff. It's yeah, you can't PWE a pinball machine, unfortunately.
No, you cannot.
like, and that's where just a few minutes ago we were talking about like relatively ponchos to mid eras to reverse hollows to like all these different relative things within Pokemon. But if you go relativity outside of Pokemon, it becomes really interesting. give me 10 grand to buy something that I have to own forever. I'm not buying a poncho. I don't know what I'm buying exactly, but like Nick, let's do this. Inside of or outside of Pokemon, 10 grand, you can never sell it. What collectible item are you buying to just PC till you die? 10 grand, 10 grand budget. And I guess if it's one item, it's better. But to be fair, like it should be able to be several items, right? And maybe the answer to yours is a 10K pinball machine.
I think it would be, because I don't think it's going to be something that you just put on display. I think it's going to have some utility to it that you can play or you can watch. So it's got to be something like the snap machine, the pinball machine. I think it probably would be the pinball machine for me.
It's crazy because like if we went with a rule of one item, I can't even go to Utica Club because the grails of all grails, I'm talking 100-year-old advertising signs that are like 24 by 36 inch like tin signs. Most of them rusted away in barns. They might have made 500 of these things 100 years ago. Most of them rusted away to nothingness. Most of them got scrapped. Occasionally you'll find one that's not restored, that's immaculate. They sell for like $1,500. Really, like I would love to have one of those signs someday. I've never bought one, but this creepy chalkware guy up here, it's almost like paper mache chalkware. Almost 100 years old. When they made these, it's speculated that they made, I think, between maybe 500-ish. They gave them out to bars to display behind the bar, advertise Utica Club. That creepy dude, it's so fragile. I think I paid $600 for this a few years ago. I think they go for like $1,200-ish now. So even 100-year-old beer stuff is doubling in this market. But like there's a rare version of that they made less of that might even be slightly more fragile. I want to say that has sold for like $2,000 recently. And so it's like if I picked it, like that's my grail. The other creepy dude that's also 100 years old, instead of having a UC base in red, he has blue pants. That's my UC grail that I don't currently own. For $2,000. Coins, I'd want to own like someday I want to own a complete type US coin set. I don't have any currently, and I don't know if you do, Nick. Do you have anything that was minted in the 18th century?
I do not know.
You don't have any of the like flowing hair or draped bust or any. I would like to own one of those. I don't even know what $10,000 would get me, but
it would not get you a whole set. I can tell you that much. You could get a decent bit though.
Yeah, let me see what like a capped bust $50 goes for. So this is 1822. I haven't brushed up on coins in so long. I don't even know like what I'm still missing for a type set, but I know I don't have anything. I don't have anything from pre-1800. Like that's a whole different ball game. But by getting something like that, I feel like you could get something pre-1800 United States coin for $10,000. That would be my hold forever.
You could definitely get some. I think you can get a few things as long as you're not going for like uncirculated condition. You could definitely get a few things for $10,000. That's like me. I like the American Silver Eagles, and I need to get caught up on like the current ones because it's been a few years. But like the one that I'm missing is the 95W. And it's like a $5,000 coin. And I just cannot get myself to pull the trigger on it. Yet I'm over here on a whim buying a pinball machine for double that. It is crazy what Pokemon does.
Yeah, I'm trying to look right now. Liberty Cap Copper Cent. So you can buy, I'm looking up, ended recently. So what? You could buy, it's a PCGS 4. So think of like a PSA 1 basically. It's like a PSA 1 equivalent. A 1796. Somebody's going to be in the comments, Dan, the levels of dust that Dan is talking about in a Pokemon Market Boom, what is he doing? But you can buy a PCGS 4, 1796 penny. A penny for $600.
That's wild.
That
That's
is
crazy.
That is obscene value. Is that not horrifically undervalued, Nick?
You would think so. You would think.
Oh man. And I need to go. I'm trying to think of I have the coronet. I don't even know how you pronounce it, but I have all the scents, like obviously wheat pennies and Indian head and flying eagle. I have some of the large scents. I don't have the draped bust. I don't have even the classic head. I'm trying to think what my oldest individual coin would be. Probably 1850-ish. But I can't even think. Do you know what your oldest coin would be?
I have no. I know I've got like the I don't even know if I go that far back. Maybe like late 1800s. What's the Morgans? I think it would have to be late 1800s.
I forgot. We recently had a coin thing that we did with the scouts. I still have some of my slabs. I still have some of my graded coins on my desk here. So this might be my single oldest one, actually. It's a 3-cent piece. So back in 1868, there used to be a 3-cent piece. This is U.S. legal tender. I could crack it out of its case, and I could go take it to the store, and I could use that towards my total of $20.03. What would the teller say? I don't
They
even know
would
what
not
this is
take it. They would not take it.
It's
they would take $2 bills.
It's U.S. legal tender. The history behind this coin. People are going to be like, what is Dan doing? 1868. These go as old as 18. That might be my oldest coin that I have. A 3-cent piece. But I want to go all the way back. And I want to have all the way back to that Liberty Cap cent from 1793. I want to have a complete U.S. type coin set.
That would be cool. I agree with that.
As he yawns.
Completely unrelated yawn.
This is
it is wild though how out of touch we are with Pokemon stuff compared to like Jake always talked about it, like how like these historical historical items just sell for so much cheaper than Pokemon. Like literally Golden. They're going to be auctioning like the Declaration of Independence. And that is going to sell for less than the Pikachu Illustrator. That's wild to me.
Nick, is the United States the highest grossing media franchise of all time? Or is Pokemon the highest grossing? It's funny to say that way because like the US is the wealthiest GDP nation, and yeah, it's wild. It's wild. There's only one PSA 10 Illustrator. Aren't there like 20 copies? Aren't there like 20 copies of the Declaration of Independence or something?
It's the Declaration of Independence.
It's not the one though. It's like
that's so old.
It's like 1 of 20 or something. How many declaration? It's like 1 of 20 or something.
How many are still around though?
How many declarations of independence? More than one. I know that. So the Pikachu Illustrator, this says there's only one official. Oh, and then there's 200 copies were originally printed on July 4th, 1776, of which 26 are known to survive today. So 26 of the 200 known Dunlap broadsides, they're called.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. 3 owned privately. 3 owned privately, presumably 23 by museums or whatever. But that's interesting. But yeah, I'm very open to being wrong here. I frankly don't care that much whether I'm wrong or right. I would love, like, I think there's a decent chance we look back 25 years from now, all on our yachts from the lunacy that's going on today. I think we look back and we say, like, holy hell. We thought it was a 14-month bull run. And I've heard more people talking about this lately, where like 2021 wasn't a different bull run. It's all the same market. It's all the same bull market. And I've been full time since 2021. When I hear people call 2022, 2023, 2024 bear markets, I'm like, what are we talking about here? We've been booming since 2020. Like, make no doubt about it. Like, this is the same boom. It's booming different ways, but this is like part of a bigger thing. Will this go for 15 more years? Will it end in the next couple? I have no clue. But I think there's a decent chance we look back in 20, 30 years. And simultaneously, I say this. The Uxie could be worth 30 grand in 10 years. The Illustrator could be worth 20 million. I'm not going to stop with the Uxie, at least for today. I'll forget about it by tomorrow. But it's on my mind today. Gold Stars might crush. Moonbreon might crush. Greyfelt Hat might crush. But I think across the board, like most things, inflation adjusted, will have significantly retraced from wherever their highs are. Like, we could still be early. Things today could be as cheap as they ever are in the future forever. But I think at some point this ends with like some of the things that I hear, just hold it for long enough. And it'll, people say it about slabs. They say it about seal. They say it about everything. Hold it for long enough and it will definitely go up. That's not true. Someday people are going to find out that's not true. Even about a Schultz and Dooleystein, even about 1793 Liberty Cap large cent, that's just not true in collectible. I think it's more likely to be true with certain things, but I think people have an awakening coming, hopefully decades away. Hopefully we're all on our yachts having this realization. But it'll be a fun ride finding out.
That it will. It will for sure.
and Brad, actually, I still have a gold coin somewhere. I don't know where. Brad probably remembers the gold coin that he traded me for something. At he gave me a serialized.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. He gave
me a serialized Jeff Gordon card, which I definitely have somewhere. The gold coin is probably with the serialized Jeff Gordon card. Maybe those were two different shows, but I still have that gold coin somewhere. I am up so much on that gold coin, but I have no clue where it is. Oh man. So we did that one. We have a couple more questions, I think. Thoughts on Pokemon market continuing to outperform, seemingly insulated from broader markets? I think my ranting of the last 20 minutes kind of answered that question. It could go on. It could go on longer than any one of us can remain solvent. But I don't think it will go on forever. I think at some point people will wake up, whether that's in 2 months or 2 years or 2 decades. I think people will realize that there's some amount of irrational exuberance going on in the space right now. Squeaks, actually, did you listen to the last Off-Centered where Squeaks was like, pump the brakes on some of this. It's guaranteed to go up over the it's not always guaranteed to do that. And I love Radar. I love Thrifty. I love Mason. I think a little bit of all of the other 3 co-hosts had a little bit of like, oh, just hold it long enough and it'll definitely come back. It'll definitely. Squeaks pumped the brakes on some of that, and I DM'd him. I'm like, I posted in the comments, and I DM'd him. I'm like, I'm on Squeaks' side there. Like, we could be early. This could be the cheapest things ever are, but it also could not be too.
Yeah, exactly.
Syracuse event. This was asked 59 minutes ago. Hopefully Pokepops is still here. April 11th at the New York State Fairgrounds. It's called Pokefest. I've been calling it PokeCon to try to keep the heat off of them, to try to not get
try and keep the heat off of them.
I've been incorrectly naming it so that hopefully the Pokemon attorneys don't hit them up.
But Pops, I don't think I'm going to be there for the actual weekend. I think I'm just going to go the week before, like during the week.
I mean, Nick, if we got all the Pokeflippers in the chat wanting to see you there, I mean, you better make an appearance. Alex PokeCR wants to know, is Ascended up there with Evolving and 151?
Ooh.
I put it
okay, maybe a hot take. Maybe not. I don't know. 151 is going to take over Evolving Skies. Like pack pricing. It's gonna surpass Evolving Skies.
Agreed.
And it's gonna be like the number one modern set. I think Ascended will be similar to Evolving Skies, but I don't think it's gonna come close to 151.
I think in 10 years, 151 Ascended Evolving Skies.
Ooh,
Is that a super hot take? Is that fairly mild? Mild spice? Medium spice?
I would agree with you on that one. I really like Ascended. It does well on stream. I think they could have made it better with easier pull rates. It's not that easy of a. I was if they made Ascended like a Crown Zenith type of set, that would have been wild. But it's really not that easy of a pull rate set. It's kind of brutal sometimes. We've opened countless like 5-10 pack lots where you get one double rare. It can be a brutal opening experience. And the SARs are they're not that easy to get. Even the mega arts aren't that easy to pull.
Do we have a nickname for Ascended Heroes? I know we have Evolving Cries, Prismatic Executions. Do we have any endearing nickname for Ascended Heroes?
I haven't heard any yet.
Me neither. Chilling Pain. Like there's a lot of good ones out there. I don't think I've heard an Ascended Heroes variant on that.
I have not. No.
So
I did for the first time set a bunch of I pretty much set all of my I think I opened 4 cases. But I set back a good portion of my Ascended Heroes ETBs. And that's the first time I've done that. So that's how you know this set's gonna do absolutely terribly.
Top signal, yeah. I'll actually pull it up on screen because I don't do that enough. We are live. We have the ability to share stuff. So here's the stated Ascended Heroes pull rates per TCG player. So it says Mega Hyper Rare, 1 in 1,080 for a specific gold, 1 in 1,500 for a specific SIR, 1 in 300 for a specific IR, 1 in 200 for a specific Mega Attack Rare. Chance of opening, so 1 in 5 packs for an MAR or higher, it looks like. So yeah, that's
1 in 20, 1 in 30 packs.
MAR or better, 20% it says an IR or better.
Oh, okay.
20% for pulling an MHR, SIR, IR, MAR, or UR.
Oh,
so,
I
yeah,
got you. Okay.
That's the cumulative, of like everything.
Oh.
But yeah, interesting. I've not opened much Ascended Heroes. We each opened a few packs as we always do with a new set, and we did not get much. Ascended Sorrows, Descended Cheerios.
Descended Cheerios.
I guess Descended Heroes works. Descended Sorrows. A couple things working in there. Driver in reverse. We got a palindrome here. Do raw CGC consignments go on the same sheet as slab consignments? Only F5ing on Wednesdays now. So no, if you consign with me, if you consign a slab with me, you'll get one, because it's a different fee structure. So if you consign slabs with me, you get a consignment sheet. If you do CGC Fanatics, you'll get a separate consignment sheet, just because of the fee structure and charging for the grading. And I could intertwine them, but it would just make it a mess. Chances of finding Ascended in stores, 1%. A handful of the LGSs that I went to in the past 2 days had it. So it was, but not at MSRP. So yeah, chances of finding it are higher if you claim it at any price, but at MSRP, lower for sure.
Yeah.
With that, so we caught up with chat an hour and 20 minutes ago. We've caught up with chat a second time. Probably wrap, right? Probably wrap. Anything to pump? Any shout outs towards the end?
Check out my video tomorrow.
We're going deeper in the sleeves.
Yes, yes. Learn more on sleeves. Learn more on sleeves.
Here's one big
Yeah.
question for me. How many sleeves have you auctioned in the past 2 weeks on eBay Live?
Sleeve auctions? None. I guess
None?
if you count if me putting sleeves on the cards, then there's a lot.
All this pumping and you're not even riding the wave that you're pumping into the sleeve market.
No.
You haven't thrown up a single dollar auction on a sleeve to see what's gonna happen?
No, I don't like doing stuff like we did that. I don't like doing stuff like that because I think it would go crazy.
Yeah.
Like we auctioned someone asked for, it was late night. It was the first anniversary stream. And someone asked, "Hey, I need a pack of sleeves. Can you auction a pack of sleeves?" And we're like, "Okay, fine." So we started off, and the bidding goes up to like $20.
Just for the memes.
So bad.
We're booming. We're booming. Feed the meme machine. Feed the meme machine. Come on.
I sent Walrus some vintage sleeves.
Super cheap. Super cheap. Nick auctioned a granola bar for like $40 if I remember correctly.
That thing was nasty. Yeah, a mango bar.
Give us the background.
It was whether or not I would try it. And I think we said if it went over 40, I would try it. And it was absolutely disgusting.
Oh, that's so funny. I saw Thrifty auctioning Nick's clothes last night. Did she auction some game worn North Face merch?
Grimer, actually, shout out to Grimer. I got my retirement plan figured out.
There you go.
I cut this hoodie up and make patches out of it.
Yeah. That's the play. That's the play. As far as my pump goes, shout out to Kiki. Kiki telling me to pump my MetaZoo auctions this weekend. So I'm an absolute degen. MetaZoo, Hidden Rares, Alt Arts, Secret Shadows, Base Set, Torrential Tides. If you are one of the few out there that has interest, they are auctioning starting at $5 on Fanatics, ending this Sunday. As always, tons of auctions ending on Fanatics this Sunday. Today, actually, we should talk about your angle on this too. Spat today is dropping 15 perfect order booster boxes at MSRP. Are you must be doing that too, right? Are you doing perfect order or ascended?
I'm doing perfect order, yeah. I'm doing loose packs. So yeah, that'll be happening tonight on eBay Live. So that'll be fun.
So I've got 3 monitors right now. You got a monitor for Spat, you got a monitor for Nick, and then on your third monitor, throw PK stream on there too. So but yeah, how many packs did you get? Because eBay is doing some promotion where basically they're allowing us to sell some amount at MSRP, and they're assisting in that endeavor to some extent.
So it was 500 that eBay will help with, and then I'm gonna add another 500 in there.
Oh dang, Nick's going big. I rounded up to the next booster box, so.
Cheapskate.
It was like 14.2 booster boxes, so I went to 15 booster boxes. But yeah, tune in to Spat, tune in to Nick. You might be able to get an MSRP perfect order booster box, shipped sealed because it's not release day yet. Spat's gonna be running. I'm sure you're running a bunch of solid big auctions as well. What's the shipping over on your channel? Remind me.
We do a $5 flat rate.
Ooh, I mean, we have flat rate too.
You shill your free shipping, and then I'll respond back.
we have flat rate shipping over at KetchumAllCollectibles too. Spat will be auctioning all the things. We'll have perfect order for MSRP, free shipping every time.
But if you want your cheaper cards to arrive to you, we don't use the PWE method, so you don't have to worry about all those lost envelopes.
Oh, here we go.
We like to use a reliable tracking service, ship everything ground advantage.
So which depending on where they live, like if you sell $1 item and they live in like Hawaii, Isn't that more than $5? You're probably actually losing.
You'll lose money on that.
So the buyer gets destroyed because they're paying $5 shipping. They're paying 500% fees on shipping their item, and then you get destroyed because you lose money. So it's like Nick's just keeping the postal service in business, I guess. We're doing 75 cent PWE. We lose money though too. We lose money, but you aren't getting destroyed for 500% fee on shipping. You're getting free shipping at least. So Nick is just mutually assured destruction. Nick is setting off a nuke. You're paying $5 on your dollar single. We are taking the beating ourselves. So go tune into Spat. No mutually assured destruction over there. That's hilarious though. And then PK stream Saturday, March 28th, 6 p.m. Eastern. The card ladder list of the slabs that he's auctioning is 6 figures. We have a PSA 10 Mewtwo. We have a PSA 10 Umbreon. We have a PSA 10 Grey Felt Hat. We have mid-era. We have all different kinds of things. It's like 200 to 300 slabs with $100,000 value. We have 151 PCETBs, prismatic PCETBs. We've talked the past couple of months about our mega streams targeting 100K. This one is hitting 100K. Like all stops were removed. It's like I've teased trying to hit 100K. We're not trying. We are doing 100K Saturday night. So definitely be in there as always. Like some of the slabs are going to go for 110% of market. Know your prices, all that stuff as always. But there will be deals to be had. There will be slabs going for 50% of market, 75%. Like there will be some plays in there to be had. There will be some giveaways, all that good stuff as always. So I had to pump that for sure.
That'll be exciting.
But yeah, with that, anything else in closing, or are you good to go?
No, I'm good to go. Appreciate everyone watching.
Thanks everyone for hanging out as always. Best wishes, well wishes to Bierski in the chat, in the comments afterwards. Hopefully he's feeling better. Big bummer that we weren't able to have him by my side here. But yeah,
we'll see you live in person in next episode.
That's right. We were starved of Bierski today. Was under the weather today, but next Pokeflipz for the first time, there should be. PK won't be there yet. So here's the star-studded list of everyone that should be there by then, I think. Is Java in by then? It's going to be me.
No, Java comes in Friday.
Okay, so it's going to be me, Ponga, Bierski, Spat, Grimer, Skya, Nick. And then Java and PK won't be there yet, but they'll be there later that weekend. So it's probably not going to be 3 hours. It might be 25 minutes. We're probably going to be having too much fun to keep you there with us the whole time. But maybe I'll just set up a computer in the corner and we'll occasionally run over and do something, open a pack, chat a little bit. We'll rotate in and out. But
there we go.
Much fun.
There we go.
So much fun is going to be had. Stay tuned, like, subscribe, all the good stuff. See you in 2 weeks. And with that, as always, we appreciate you all watching. We will catch you all later.